Session 2 of Day 3 here of the 2024 Australian Sides Championships. We've got the Tasmanian men up against the Northern Territory men, and it is going to be an interesting contest. The NT represented by Josh Van Harren, Ian Smith, not the cricketer, and not the actor, of course, but also Adam Hollingsworth and Trystan Smallacombe, former Australian Champion of Champions winner, and Tassie represented by Kane Walker, Aaron Jago, pretty sure it's Jago, Mark Strochnetter and Michael Sims. Very much looking forward to this clash between the two states. The state of play at the moment, we'll go through the ladder as it stands right now. And New South Wales sitting pretty on the men's table, 5-0. Queensland 4-1. Victoria 3-2. South Australia 3-2. Tassie sitting 5th at 2-3. Western Australia 2-3. ACT 1-4, and the NT yet to win a match so far, or an overall tie. They've won 3 rinks, but that's about all. So they're sitting on the bottom of the table. They've been close in a few, haven't quite got the job done. The women's table, well, we can tell you New South Wales defeating Western Australia and South Australia defeating Victoria means that New South Wales and Queensland, the winner of that match right now, will go on and most likely win the 2024 Marge Morris Trophy. If it's New South Wales, they have to play South Australia tomorrow morning. If it's Queensland, well, they've got a final round match against the ACT. So you would probably back Queensland in if they won. And if they can beat New South Wales, that would be an almighty victory as the wind really kicks up here. Going to be a really tough contest, I think, across these 21 ends. Great to have everyone's company right now. Great to have everyone's company, and Larry Dunn just sending through a comment. Great to have everyone's company, and Larry Dunn just sending. Apparently only one earbud is coming through. I'm not sure if that's only the left speaker of my computer as well. I just tried to replay it then, but we'll try and fix that and see how we can go and how we can fix it. So we'll try and fix the audio issue, make sure that it's all okay. See if there's any sort of settings. I think we're going to have a lot of trouble today, and as Paul Holschke joins me, Val Febo, on this rink, because have a look at all of the colours of those bowls, Paul. That's a commentator's nightmare.
Obviously they like the blues. Go Blues, for those who are AFL minded. But no, lots of blue bowls, very popular. Thankfully the stickers have got a slight difference. There's yellow and green versus light brown and creamy sort of looking colour. But it's good to be able to join you this afternoon, Val, here at the 2024 Australian Sides Championships.
Yeah, good to have your company again, Paul.
Here at Club Tweed, where the wind is starting to pick up. It's coming from the northwest, is that right?
It's coming from the north somewhere.
So it's going to keep our players.
So this morning in the end, it was New South Wales beating the WA 35 northerly wind, 35 kilometres an hour. And yeah, New South Wales winning by 4 shots only, as we saw Lisa Featherby end up winning with a 3 on the last end there against Jamie Lee Warsnott, the previously undefeated Jamie Lee Warsnott.
Lisa, the giant killer.
Yes, and funnily enough, Margaret Bacchetto, still only just the 1 loss for the ACT. That is one of the stories of the competition.
Good on her.
And we had a tied rink as well. Kate Argent-Bowden and her rink that we streamed yesterday against the Lisa Phillips rink. And Kate actually played right against her best friend in Sophie Kurzman, and they both tied in the end there. So a lot of rinks just with the 1 loss go all the way down to 8 rinks that have just suffered 1 defeat. So we get a measure, and that is a 4 to begin with for Tasmania. And that's not the start that the NT were after. Michael Sims won't be playing BPL. Rob McMullen and Taylor Mail, the 2 men from Tasmania. With Beck Van Ash for the Tridents. Michael Sims did play last year at the at Pine Rivers and absolutely dazzled. He played some amazing bowls that night.
He certainly did.
Very great to watch.
So Tasmania off to a good start, leading 4-zip after 1.
It's a bit of a concern to start for the NT. They've this rink in particular has tended to struggle throughout the formative rounds of this 2024 Australian Sides Championships. They are sitting second bottom. They've had 1 rink win, minus 65 on shot difference.
So good start to young Kane Walker. To find out which club he's from, Val. Josh, representing Alice Springs Bowling Club. I think he's drawn that outside the boundary pegs. Oh, goodness.
This wind is shocking today. It's always going to get worse. Kane Walker from East Launceston Bowls Club.
Oh, you've done very well to get that up so quickly.
Searching up on Bowls Link, and as we work our way through here. So they're the 3 rinks.
Two good bowls by Aaron Jago. He's got it on the string already. Oh, this wind. It's this
Harren Jago from Port Sorell Bowls and Community Club. To have him here, and I'm sure where Port Sorell is.
Down near south of Launceston, on the way to Devonport, I think it is.
It's north.
North of
Launceston. And then on the way to Devonport, you're right.
North of Launceston.
How's your throat going, Paul?
It's struggling a little bit. I feel fine, but it's just it's a bit croaky, and yeah, it's unfortunate.
All right, well,
hopefully it's not putting the viewers off.
I'm sure it's not.
What? A great bowl there by Adam. Adam Hollingsworth.
A lot of long names in this Northern Territory combo.
What about this one?
Smallacombe, Van Harren, Hollingsworth, yes.
And Mark
Strochnetter, former Jackaroo, former coach of the Tasmania Tridents, not jumping in this time.
I'm impressed at how adequately you pronounce his name.
I have asked.
Strochnetter. How do you say that again?
Strochnetter.
Strochnetter.
I have asked. It's confirmed from the man himself.
That's why I just call him Mark.
Adam Hollingsworth. Not
Two
bad.
good
Trystan.
bowls by Adam Hollingsworth.
Trystan gives it a clap. Tail and Mail on the board against Mark Hill. So it'll be really interesting to see what the NT can do. Can they make a fist of this, or are Tasmania going to run away with proceedings this afternoon? Just one more day of the Australian Sides Championships after this, and we are going to bring you as many live scores as we can from that New South Wales Queensland rink or green, because that is going to be massive in the scheme of things for this title, and they're playing off at the moment. Whoever wins is most likely going to win each trophy. If New South Wales win in the men's, they are home and hosed once again. They will win for a second successive year. If they win in the women, it's not quite over, but it's almost as good as, because they have better rink points. So if they can win and win with all three rinks, they will win the Marge Morris Trophy. Queensland win with all three rinks, it'll almost guarantee. Here's Michael Sims clearing out a couple. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Will Queensland fight back and take home the Ali Shield and Marge Morris, or will New South Wales do a clean sweep? It's either one of those two states.
Well, what about the men's, Val? It's very interesting. If Queensland were to win this game,
yes,
they'd go equal points to New South Wales, and Victoria win. They would go on top, but there'd be top two on 15 points. Victoria, if they win, they'll only be one game behind. So it's still possible.
It's up in the air. You are exactly right.
We're going to have a good conclusion to this, the 2024 Australian Sides Championships here at Club Tweed.
We sure are. And
so there's still a lot to play out here.
So New South Wales, if they beat Queensland in the men's, they win the Ali Shield.
They will.
Guaranteed.
Correct.
If they win the women's by 3 rinks and win all 3 rinks, so more of a score there to the NT. The NT score here, and we'll just check this. Umpire will check the length. Sorry, actually, I did miss what the total was. Apologies, we're just going through the permutations of what is happening, and without markers, and we've got to, you can sort of see the tarp. We don't have the vision right in front of us, so too short. Tassie will get the mat. We'll try and bring you what that score was. I think it was just one in the end. Just double checking. One to the NT it was. So 4-1 on this rink, and not sure, I haven't updated the scores on the middle rink as of yet. So we're after 2 here, and it's 4-1 in favour of the Apple Isle. Nice trail of the jack there. This is an interesting one. Might need to get... Well, Robbie's just gone off to fix something, so he's not actually controlling the cameras at the moment, so hopefully he doesn't get trailed anymore. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of strife here.
The wind certainly is causing havoc. Here's the jack in the bottom left-hand corner. What can Ian Smith do?
No, not the New Zealand cricketer.
Ian from Darwin Bowling Club. Have you been there?
No, we chatted about this last week, and I haven't had the pleasure of going up to Darwin.
Darwin have covered green.
I've never just been to the city in general, so have to get myself up there. Nice finish there from
Harren Jago from Port Sorrel.
I'll double check if it's Harren or Jago or Jago. I'd say Jago, but not 100% sure. We'll double check that if anybody knows him. Scott Hodgett's going with that Key and Peele skit, Aaron. That is very good if you haven't watched it before. Nice finish there from Harren. Just going a little bit long.
Beautiful weight though, Val.
So 4-1 here.
It's not easy when the jack is off the centre line. Got to adjust your line. Adam, the left-hander.
Adam Hollingsworth.
Get a piece of this. Sit and flop.
Good effort. Very good effort.
Could be 2. It could be 2, so we apologise for the angles.
Yeah, Robbie's just going to fix a camera down there. Not sure what's...
As I said, the wind is causing havoc here. It's blowing a gale.
It is Jago.
Jago.
There you go. This one here, this isn't a bad finish. Mark Strochnetter.
Oh, wow.
And of course he trails the jack off screen. So let's try and... We do apologise.
Of all times for Robbie to wander out. Here we are. Val on the controls. Look at that. Bit more, bit more. Here we go. That'll do.
That was a 1 in a million shot to work. And
you got it to work. Well done, Val.
That is very lucky.
You've obviously been watching Robbie at work over the last
I've
10 days.
Laid my eyes over a couple of times and just... Sorry, Robbie. I've had to play around with the little system over there to move the camera. Hopefully I haven't done anything wrong. I've just changed the angle. He's back now. I think I've got it right.
There we go.
I didn't know how to zoom out. So. All right. So.
Well,
Tasmania,
good
thanks.
Speed there by Mark.
Mark Strochnetter was the one
you
that...
love saying his name, don't you, Val?
Secured the shot. Oh, it's his name.
Love it. Strochnetter. I'm glad I'm been here today. I did not know how to pronounce his name.
There was one tennis player I called earlier on in the year, and he was Argentinian. You know the Argentinians, they've got good names, Paul. Roman Andres Buruchaga.
Oh, my goodness.
That was one of my favourite ones to pronounce. I was calling with John Fitzgerald that morning, and he said, "You really love saying his name, don't you?" And sure I did. Trystan
John was right. What was it like commentating with John?
I was shaking a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because he's obviously a legend of Australian tennis and has done so much for the sport. And
nice guy?
Yeah, lovely guy. And, you watch him on TV when, obviously you watch tennis and you hear him on your screens and you see him on your screens and then you're in the box with him. It's, a bit of a pinch yourself moment. Gets a call with John Fitzgerald. Also called with Jill Krabus as well. Beat Serena Williams at Wimbledon.
That name does not bring back any memories to me, unfortunately, Val.
Oh, right, okay. I'm sure you would have seen
As a tennis fan, I can't remember I've ever heard that name before.
Trystan, almost got a little result there, but this could be a 2 to the NT, and Michael Sims, I dare say he's going to try and count here.
I think it's only 1.
Yep. And that's the indication.
And Mark was right. Right onto it. Thank you, Mark.
If he does trail the jack, though, Michael, it means that he'll make 3. Which
if he can remove that Tasmanian...
that 2. Oh, come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. You know better. You know. There we go.
Good work.
Beautifully done.
Someone obviously told him to move. Here we go. He's looking for the...
he's close.
Ball. He's kicked a goal.
So one more to Tasmania. Are they going to measure for the second here?
Well, why not? But I think it's only 1.
No, just the 1. So 5-1 after 3 here. 21 ends is what we're playing to. Untimed. Killed ends are available. Trystan Smallacombe, he's got a big proclivity to play those drives. Tassie 11-1 on the masterboard. Look at the bias on the jack, Paul.
There goes the wind.
Stayed on.
All right, so Michael Sims taking a 5-1 lead after 3 ends.
just realised it could be Aaron Jago. Scott Hodgetts, is it Jago or Jago?
I reckon it's Jago.
I think it's Jago. I just want to make sure.
I reckon it is.
Didn't have a chance to go and ask him beforehand.
Well, Robert McMullen skipped off to an 8-0 lead. They call him Rowdy.
Yep. It's not because he is rowdy. He's quite introverted.
I'd call him the smiling assassin. He's always smiling.
So, Scott, it is Jago, or just say correct to Jago or Jago? I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure that means we're right. I think that's what he means.
We could always wander down and say hello.
Not while he's playing.
It's amazing what duct tape can do. It's holding this screen back. It hasn't blown away yet. But the wind's having a fair...
Okay, Scott says say one, and I'll agree or not. Aaron Jago. Let's wait about 10 seconds.
Well, Aaron's
for the delay.
correct anyway. Bell?
Okay.
What's Ian Smith?
Okay, we're right. Jago. There we go. Aaron Jago. So I'll write that down phonetically. J-A-Y.
Bad bowl by Ian. Jack High. 1 to Northern Territory.
Scott Hodgetts, you are the MVP of this broadcast. We would be nothing without you.
It's great how our listeners and viewers contribute. But look at that by Aaron Jago. He's on song already. Ian Smith taking the high line. I think it's going to come in. It's not going to be far away here, Val. What a great try. He's definitely got second shot. All right. Mark Strochnetter. I think I got that wrong.
No, you got it right.
He was the man who did the job on the last end. Can he add a second? It's in there.
Third shot, well played, indicated by Michael Sims. The wind is just... I feel like it's worse in here where we are because of the wind tunnel that we're sort of sitting in. It's not as bad outside. You can sort of see the flag flapping, but they're sort of a limpy flap.
I wonder how we would be without our tarp, Val.
Don't know. Yeah, the sun comes in.
Mark with his second bowl, looking to add to the count, sliding on through. It's close. It's very close. Now I think it's only one. One to Tasmania. Not one of Adam's better bowls. And Trystan just kept walking as they crossed over.
I think it's
Could be one of those days, I think, Val.
Yeah, I think it's one of those tournaments for the Northern Territory.
I thought Joondalup last year was windy, but this is taking the cake, I think.
Sure is. So the NT last year didn't get a win. They only won. They did have a draw overall.
They were unlucky. They should have beaten Victoria. Except for a big bowl by Anthony Flapper. Saved them the game.
Last year.
Yep. Come down to the last bowl. If Anthony hadn't have done what he did, I think he put the jack in the ditch. And Victoria won by, was it 1 or 2?
Wow.
Very close. You could probably go and have a look at that result. It was the last round of the round 7.
Oh, what have I done here? It's all right.
Doesn't matter.
I think I might have gone back 1 year. They had a draw 2 years ago, I should say. Last year.
Anyway, Tasmania currently holding 1. Michael has been asked to look for that second shot by NT. He's just missed it. He'll have... Oh no, that's... Doesn't have any more. What can Trystan do? He's certainly not going to be in the area here, unfortunately, for NT. This wind is causing massive havoc.
Yep, sure is. So, one to Tassie, just
Mark's
measuring for the
getting down
rest.
on his hands and knees. Hoping for a second shot.
Mark's mum, Madge, was the team manager. I think just the one. Tassie take another single, 6-1 after 4. And Mark's mum, Madge, was the team manager for the over 60s Tasmanian team, and she was always down at BPL with Mark and watching the Tasmania Trident. She is a lovely lady, Madge Strochnetter. Always good for a chat.
There's lots of great people involved, as we know, Val.
And Paul is the man of them all.
Oh, I don't know about that. All I know is everything's trying to get blown away here.
Yep, it's just chaotic.
It's just insane.
Absolutely chaotic.
All right. What can Aaron or Josh Van Harren and the Alice Springs Bowling Club do here?
Alice Springs down in right in the red centre. Never been there either of you, Paul?
I have been to Alice Springs, yes. A long time ago now. We stayed in the caravan park. It's near the, I think it's called the Spit. And they had these amazing orange trees in the caravan park. Oh my goodness. They were the best oranges.
Still think about those oranges, Paul.
Oh. I was a teenager, but I remember them vividly. We picking them. And they were in abundance too. Incredible. So sweet and juicy.
What's your favourite fruit, Paul?
Oh, it'd have to be cherries.
Cherries, really?
Oh, love cherries.
They are good. Especially around that November, December period when they are ripe.
I even have a cherry tree growing at home.
Ah, very nice.
I'm espalieting it.
Yep.
Along the fence. Do you know what espalieting means?
Growing it.
Yeah, it's on a...
Procuring it.
It grows along a trellis.
Okay.
Don't have room for the tree in the backyard.
That's all right. If you grow it along the fence, doesn't matter. Just got to try and keep the birds away from it.
Well, thankfully, I put a net on it before I left. It was loaded with little green cherries.
Ah, very nice. Well, you hopefully have a few when you get back. Nice little finish there from Ian Smith.
This time last year, I left for Perth and I didn't put a net around it.
All gone.
Come back and everyone was gone.
My grandparents have the same thing in their farm in Sunbury, and I was there one day a few years ago, full of red, beautiful cherries. Went back 2 days later, asked where they were. Birds got them all.
Oh no, tragic.
Yep. Paisley Prince asking, is it Paul who dropped the JFK line the other day? No, that wasn't Paul. That was Doug Kelly, the president of Bowls WA. We'll recuse ourselves of anything there.
That was a good one.
It was good. It was very good. Had a couple of really good ones, Doug Kelly.
Wow. NT need a BPL side. It's not a bad call.
This one's coming from Mark Strochnetter. Just needs to run. When will Nationals be back in the NT? I'm not sure. Next year's Tasmania. Year after that, in 2026, back in Perth.
And after that, who knows? Maybe the NT.
Maybe. Might have to be a mid-year Nationals straight after the AO. Could get hot around this time of year. Around wet season.
Yeah, I think August in NT would be a nice time to be there.
Got the indoors around then as well. Maybe.
I'm a bit worried about this tarp. It might turn into a spinnaker and take off.
Nah, it's...
That's all.
When the brand of tarp is called Grunt, I feel as though that it's going to be quite strong. Back to the bowls.
If only our viewers could see it. It is like a spinnaker. I am dead set serious. Okay. What's Aaron doing? Adam, I mean, sorry.
Hollingsworth doesn't want to promote Marks up.
No,
and
no,
he
no.
has. So that's a bit dangerous and a bit disappointing. So Tasmania all over the Northern Territory. 18-1 on the masterboard. It's not looking the prettiest already from an NT point of view.
Beautifully out of the hand by Michael Sims.
Bowls next door.
It's going to
coming
come
into our rink.
under that bowl. If it's got the speed, it's going to get in for another one. Not to be. What's Trystan going to do here? He's going to come on the backhand. So look to come off that wing bowl of his. That's holding out there, Val. Look at that.
Yep. Well, this is the hand that's been holding out.
It's not turning at all. A little bit at the end there. Great length. Perfect jack high.
Paisley Prince said that he fortunately got a few laughs for using it, so we'll let Doug Kelly know that
it's obviously a WA joke.
And nothing there for Michael Sims, so an opportunity for Trystan Smallacombe to get himself back in. Doug was on fire. I do love a good call, and my sense of humour is probably...
Would you tell all the listeners what it was? Or was it a bit risque?
Might be risque. Yeah. I'll probably leave it at that. But for my sense of humour, it hit it straight away. One to the NT, and yeah, my sense of humour is probably... can be a little morbid. One to Tasmania, I should say. Sorry. Yeah, it can be a little bit risque. Like Jimmy Carr, one of those comedians, or Ricky Gervais. Yeah, well, you don't have to be too careful about what you say. I love that sort of stuff. I've discovered a new comedian called Matt Rife.
Never heard of him.
Any of the... He sort of made his name on TikTok, which is ironic because he hates social media, but he does a lot of crowd work. And the beauty of that is that it's all unscripted. You don't know what the crowd's going to say. You don't know what they're going to give you. And that's
pure skill.
It is, and would highly recommend, if that's your sort of humour, if, a bit crass, bit smutty, and, it's a bit dark, if you like that sort of humour, you will absolutely love him. He's fantastic. So there you go. If You want some viewing tonight? We've got a couple of Netflix specials.
All right, quick updates. New South Wales versus Queensland in the men's.
Yes, what's happening?
We've been waiting for this. New South Wales have hit the ground running. They're leading 15-8. And in the women, the Queensland ladies have hit the ground running. They're leading 10-5 after 8 ends. So currently Ben Twist, 9, leading Kane Nelson, 2. Lee Strainer, 3, leading Sean Baker, 2. And Aaron Sheriff leading Aaron Wilson, 3, 4-3.
Wow, what a rink.
The battle of the Aarons.
Aaron versus Aaron. So what's happening in the women's?
Victoria, wow.
What was happening in the women's? Queensland and New South Wales. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, Queensland were 10-5.
Okay.
Well, here we go. WA men
Wow.
playing Victoria. WA jumped them 12-6. Blake Nan 9-0 over Anthony Flapper.
Huge.
Two of the biggest drives going around. So WA 12, Victoria 6. And in the women's, Victoria 12 leading WA 7 after 9 ends. Well, Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, who's been playing very well so far in this game. I think that's enough for shot. Now, Ian, they need you, Ian. Nice backhand draw. Get it in there somewhere. Make the skip happy. It's always good to have one in there. I tell you what, it's a pretty good effort here. Just got to slow down a little bit. Just scoot it on through. Looks like 2 to Tasmania. It should be just bread and butter for Mark. This is a backhand draw. And he's pulling up short. Could just about drive a bus through there. Just shows you how challenging the conditions are. Adam Hollingsworth from the Nightcliff Bowling Club. He's got a beautiful delivery. Can he split the hole there and get the shot? Oh, he's just landed on the Tassie bowl. He'd be disappointed about that. Mark looking to do a backhand draw again. What can he do here? He might run into his own bowl or split the middle. He's made 2. Could be 3. All right. Adam, a left-hander. He's backhand as well. If you can get around that front Tasmanian bowl, he'll get the shot. Oh, what a shame. It was great pace. It was perfect, the pace. He knew it too. Yeah, a little shake of the head. Just that little bit more grass. That's what it's all about. The right line and the right speed. And you get all that right, it's just right. So Tassie holding 2, maybe 3. With Michael heading to the mat. Looks like he's going to do a backhand draw. Oh no, yep, backhand draw. It's the wider hand. As everything starts to get blown away. here. It's just pulled up short. What is Trystan going to do? He's going to come in on the forehand. There's a little gap there. If you can just roll through that gap and get the right speed, you can double the score for NT. He doesn't mind it. Just got to get under this bowl. Oh, need another 2 feet. Michael sticking to the backhand. I tell you what, this is a good line here. How's his speed? Oh, he's definitely pushed another one in. It's 3.
Yeah, it's starting to get concerning.
Well,
Trystan Smallacombe,
he's taken the wide line this time.
has he got enough? They
he
do
gonna-
hold out here.
Is it going to come in? I tell you what. It's
Might
not
have
gonna
gone
be
too
far away.
far.
That could be the shot.
2 to Tassie, I reckon.
Let's find out. Oh,
Or maybe not.
it's a long measure.
Maybe do the old foot measure. Hang on, we missed the signal.
I think Tassie taking...
One.
Sorry, Northern Territory taking the one. That last bowl was shot.
Well done to Trystan Smallacombe, 7-2
And he certainly needed that.
after 6. So not too many shots being scored at this point of the women's match that we had this morning. Funnily, it was 6-5 at this point, so 11 shots to 9. Alison Venn watching on from Tasmania. Go Michael and team. Michael, my skip at Ulverston Bowls Club. Thank you for watching, Alison. Let us know where you are around the world.
2 good bowls there by our leads.
Josh Van Harren for NT and Kane Walker for... Always when you're on, Mark. Always when you're on, mate. Mark Strochnetter just coming up and asking if this is quality TV, and Julie told him that always when he's on.
Just a quick update on the women's game here between Northern Territory and Tasmania. We have Tasmania 17-7 after 13 ends. We've got a bit of a boomerang shape behind the jack here,
Little bit, yes.
meaning the jack could slip either way, and you don't see a boomerang shape on the green very often like
No.
that.
Oh, you're right. It's a bit of a one. Kind of ruins that boomerang shape there, but
Only that bowl had flipped over, it would still be a boomerang.
and Jago doing
I'd say
nicely.
it's, he's given it away, I would say. 1 to Northern Territory. Oh, hello. Wow.
just
There you go. He spliced it over, and now Tassie hold 1.
very, very giving rink here. Everyone just
Sharing is caring.
Yep.
Well,
Let us know where you are watching from around the world. As this one, that's a trail of the jack. 2 touches in this end for Aaron Jago.
He's doing very well.
He is. Time for Adam Hollingsworth.
I'd say at the moment, Aaron is definitely the bowler on the rink here. He's been doing some great shots. So you going to have any time off after the wedding?
Just a few days.
A few days, right?
Yeah, just a few days off. I think it took Monday, Tuesday after the wedding.
Right.
And
then go anywhere?
We'll stay at Crown a couple of nights, I think. That's about it. As this one here.
So you're staying at Crown Towers?
I can't remember which one.
Or
Don't think
Metricon?
it's.
Not if it's Crown Towers is lovely, Val. You'll like that.
I don't think it's Crown Towers.
It's beautiful.
I will double check which one it is. But yeah, no, we'll stay there and have a couple of nights and then head home and back to work on the Wednesday. Wednesday after the Nationals finishes, so it'll be a nice few days off just to relax after what's going to be a pretty busy week next week. There's Mark Strochnetter. Didn't quite
there
work.
There is a bowl in the ditch. Is there 2? It looks like an ACT bowl in there.
ACT?
Oh my goodness, NT.
So
I know there's an Aaron Jago bowl in there as well.
Adam Hollingsworth, that's going to trickle into the ditch. Trystan Julie picks it up. Almost a third of the way through here. Northern Territory streaming away. Oh, sorry, Tasmania streaming away. Now I've done it.
It's catching, Val.
Hopefully I'm not catching what you've got, Paul.
Must be my fault.
Oh, that's...
That doesn't count.
No.
Hit the ditch.
Hit the bowl in the ditch and, yeah, rebounded back up.
No, the bowl hit the back of the ditch. The bank. Rebounded. That's a dead bowl.
It slid across the bowl in the ditch, Paul. So it slid across one that was in the ditch.
Ah, right.
And then came back on, so that doesn't count.
Still hit the back of the bank, though, I dare say. I'm glad it wasn't this windy last Saturday down at Broad Beach for the final day of the 2024 Australian Para Nationals.
Could have been long as Michael Sims almost brought the jack in.
He's missed as well. They're all trying to pot the jack. Nope.
Wow.
That's one way of doing it. Not sure what's going on here. It's got quite the tattoo on the back of his leg there.
That's all the way up the calf too.
Not sure if that's a dingo or a wolf or a dog or...
Maybe a dingo being NT. Could be a wolf. Not sure what the count was.
It's definitely an NT result.
Yep, and that is a 1 to the NT. So 7-3 after 7 here at Club Tweed. That's Tasmania in front. They lead on all 3 rinks. Driving to the ditch there. One more round to come tomorrow. And I think for both of these teams, they know they're just pretty much going through the paces. They know that they're not going to win, but it's as high and as
Still playing
well
for
as they could
honour
finish.
and
Yep.
playing for pride. It's always good to have a win, a Test series win. All right, round the grounds. Well, New South Wales men playing Queensland. New South Wales 19, leading Queensland 15, so that's tightened up a little bit. Aaron Wilson and Aaron Sheriff, 7-all. And the women, Queensland leading 14-10. It's also a close tussle. Queensland up by 4. So they're both close games. So Aaron just sliding on through. Yeah, good line. Ian's got to slow down.
Paul, what's happening with
Lucky there was no speed camera there. He would have been booked for sure.
What's happening? Queensland and New South Wales.
I just read that out.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
I said there's 4 in it.
I was checking something on my phone and wasn't paying
The
attention.
New
Sorry.
South Wales men are leading by 4 and the Queensland ladies are leading by 4.
All right. Well, whoever wins that, men's or women's, will go a long way to determining who takes home the Ali Shield and Marge Morris Trophy, as well as overall. I think it's down to those two states as the wind just absolutely rockets through our little wind tunnel in here. It's going a different way now.
Adam Hollingsworth. He's on the tight hand there. It's not turning on that hand near as much as the other hand. He scooted on through. Also found his way into the ditch.
Michael Sims at the mat. He's just got engaged in recent months.
Has he?
Yep. So congratulations to Michael.
Wow.
Proposed to his partner. Was in Canada as well, I believe.
So
So
romantic, Val.
I know.
Was your proposal that romantic?
Oh, I'd like to think I did an all right job as Mark Strochnetter gets rid of the bowl, and I recreated the first date.
Right.
And yeah, it was that Rach had absolutely no idea because we just got back from Europe 5 days before that.
Right.
And everyone thought that it was going to happen there. They got it in her head that it was going to happen there. And I said, no,
No way.
because it's too predictable. And then,
Plus, the family went around to share in the joys.
look, it was more, like we did go see Mum afterwards, and also it was like time friendly to do it and then ring everyone after it happened. And so. Absolutely
You did the
fantastic.
traditional thing, did you?
Got on one knee.
No. Sort out her father first.
I sought out her mother, actually.
Okay.
So it was funny. I bought the ring and then realised I probably better ring her. So I was at Heathrow Airport when I bought it because we're on different flights home. Because I went,
Right.
I was there earlier, so I had previous pre-booked flights. Bought the ring, Rang Rachel's mum and her nana was there as well, and I said, so I've actually just bought a ring, just double checking, I've got permission, don't I? And we all just laughed, and she said, oh my God, of course. And then following that, I was instructed.
They'd love you, wouldn't they?
I was just instructed not to tell her father because he can't keep a secret.
Ah, right.
And a lot of people would have found out.
Okay.
So.
Oh, but this might have been a different situation.
No, it would have got out.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So I was good. Only about 5, 6 people might have known. Trystan Smallacombe, great delivery. 2 up.
That is 2.
Yeah, so I think in the end, my parents knew, Rachel's mum and nana knew, my best mate knew, and funnily enough, Lachlan Williams, he knew. I had to tell somebody.
Oh,
Michael Sims.
Having a run.
No good.
How many in the bridal party?
We've got 10, including us, so 4 groomsmen and bridesmaids.
Did Lockie make a groomsman?
Not groomsman, but he'll be there. Because Locke and I were there, and I knew that I couldn't get back to Rach if I told him, and I was like, it was on the day, and I was in the office, and I wanted to tell somebody what was happening.
It's pulling up short. I reckon Michael's going to have another run at this. Here he comes.
Much closer.
Got something. Oh, wow.
Wow, he's followed it into the ditch too.
My goodness.
It stayed in play, 1 up. Brilliantly done.
What a great result for Tasmania there.
Didn't kill the end either, which ended up being in their favour. 8-3 after 8. We've been going up in singles barring the first end. We've got a 4 for Tasmania. Since then, we have not had a multiple. We're well over a third of the way into this match. Around the rinks, Daniel Baker and Rob McMullen. Rob McMullen, 10-5 ahead. Taylor Mail, 8-3 ahead. So the wind coming through this wind tunnel is insane.
Right, looks like the New South Wales versus Queensland game has been updated. It's only 2 in it now. New South Wales 21, lead Queensland 19 after 21 ends. So it's extremely close. And in the women's, Queensland holding out by 4, 16-12. All right, Harren with 2 A's from Port Sorell. Coming in on his backhand. Ian Smith, representing the Darwin Bowling Club, looking to come down on the forehand. Currently NT holding 1 here. And oh, look at this by Ian Smith. And the crowd go crazy. I'm not sure that was for our rink. I think it was for the rink across. Big bowl by Robert McMullen. Jeez, that one swooped across by Harren. Is Ian going to stay on his forehand? Yes, he is. This one could be a little bit tighter. Bell. This hasn't got the wheels this time. Wow, that could be 3. Could be. Hard to tell from here.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see what.
But anyway, Mark, he normally does something. It's the type of guy you'd love to have in your rink.
Yeah,
He's very reliable.
Yeah, just gets the job done. He's a great fella too.
Yep.
You don't become a jackaroo for nothing.
Good placement.
So
I'd say he's got the backest.
would agree. Surely. So see what Adam Hollingsworth does. Been a bit of a holding pattern in the last 7 ends, and seen Northern Territory, they were out to Tasmania were out to a 7-1 buffer. They've won. Since the end of the opening end, we've had all singles scored, no multiples, 4 ends to 3 in favour of Tasmania. It's really just that 1-4 that's separated them. Just wasn't what they were after. PNT, that's going to hold out there.
Good to hear. See Allison encouraging Michael.
Yes, Alison Venn has been around the national stage before.
I skip at the Ulverson Bowling Club. What a privilege it would be to play with Michael.
Speaking of ripping fellas, so just not getting through there for Mark Strochnetter. Really tough in these conditions today. Was talking to Dawn Heyman after the morning match, and same with Brianna Smith. They just said it was really difficult out there. Did what they could and did quite well, but
got the job done.
Yeah, it was really difficult. They only won that by 4 shots, New South Wales.
Here we go.
This one might
Got a swing
turn.
in, swoop. I tell you what, he has.
And that is second.
It could even be 3rd. That could be 3.
Just depending on where those front ones lie. We'll find out soon. Michael Sims. Let's see what he can conjure up. Played 8 of 21 ends. About to finish off the 9th. If we had a camera on our desk right now, you'd see Paul dancing to "We Built This City on Rock and Roll." It's about that time of the Nationals where minds do start to wander. And
it's a great song.
Start to go a little bit loopy.
Rock and roll. I got told by Aaron not to sing.
Aaron who?
Yep, him. Some bloke called Aaron. He said, "Don't sing."
Teleport?
Can't remember.
Okay. Some guy named Aaron. Okay. Trystan Smallacombe. Just not going to get there. Breeze playing
That
tricks.
could be a good home though. If
Yep. Well, because Mark Strochnetter does have that back bolt that you can't quite see on screen.
well,
but
Mark did ask Michael to see if he can move that jack backwards.
just given it arriving weight here, Michael
Tell you what,
Sims.
he's not far away.
Or sit the bowl and stay.
He's all over it.
Got it.
Cracking bowl. There you go. That's the difference. Now,
It's like he was playing the Sims and designing this head himself.
Trystan looking to do something similar. He's gone a little bit under it.
One more to Tassie. 9-3.
Wow.
After
That's
9.
a shame because they had I think, at least 3, possibly 4. It would have tightened the game up.
Sure would have, but it's been a rampant afternoon so far from the Apple Isle, who lead at 36-11. Feel like we've seen this movie before, Paul, when we streamed the Tassie versus Northern Territory over 60s women's.
Seems to be that way.
And I got a sense of deja vu. New South Wales women and Queensland women. Queensland women ahead 16-12, and New South Wales men lead 25-19 in what is a heavily important contest. And that's a good starter from Josh Van Harren.
Yeah, Josh has been doing all right just recently. It's amazing what happens when this lead puts in a good bowl. It just puts the pressure on.
Look at the turn on this. Wow.
What a bowl. Great second shot here.
Kane Walker.
Great bowl. Can Harren do? Harren runs a company that procures Aboriginal art.
All right.
And then sells it all around the country.
Was this Kane?
No, Josh. Sorry,
Josh Van Harren.
Van Harren. Big supporter of the BPL Cup.
Oh, fantastic.
So I've had many a conversation with Josh.
So here,
He finds himself in Adelaide a lot. He also bowls down in South Australia.
Adelaide not too far. Mitch Walker saying, about time Kane got one near it. Mitch, I dare say you are a relative of Kane.
That's it.
What sort of relative is it?
Friendly, family, banter.
Yeah, as we do see a lot here on Rinkside. It's great.
All right, Ian Smith. It's gone out really wide. It is a wide hand though.
It's going to turn. Look at this.
Coming in here. My goodness.
Ian Smith.
Oh, great home there. Made 2 to NT. And the crowd gave him a massive applause.
Deserved it. Rob McMullen, 18-5 in front. Wow.
He's going bang, bang.
Yep. Aaron Jago. Just going around. This one's going to cut, but it might be okay in the end. Ian Smith. That's not a bad result. May have just made 3. Mark Strochnetter needs to change the equation. It's going to cut under. Had the right weight to obstruct the head and might have cut it down. Might have just cut it down. Michael Sims says a lot better. There's a few things that they can do to try and utilise that bowl at about 4 o'clock. Where's everyone watching from this afternoon? Let us know in the comments. Ask us your questions. If there's anything on your mind, you can go deep and meaningful with Paul Holsky, the philosopher that he is. Let us know if there's anything you want to know about the Nationals or the sport of bowls. Bit of weight from Mark Strochnetter. It's going to cut under, but he might utilise something here. Things are scattering, skittling around. Probably still one to the NT. Jack didn't move. Nine ends completed here out of the 21, almost at the halfway point. Started a little later today, about 10 minutes later than what we anticipated. Bingo watching from Tennant Creek. Go Tassie. Never been to Tennant Creek, have you, Paul?
Yep, south of Catherine. It's a fair little drive, if I remember rightly.
Well, Catherine is... So you have been there?
Yep.
You really have been everywhere?
I don't know about that, but we have been there. We did I think in 84 we did 86 it was.
Wow.
We did a caravan adventure up through the NT.
Tennant Creek Raceway up there?
Went through Tennant Creek.
Is there a bowls club?
We did a very big drive one day from Alice Springs to...
Yeah, wow, Tennant Creek right smack bang in the middle of the Northern Territory. Wow.
Pretty much.
Wow.
I think they got a bowling green. In a bit of need of repair though. Can't quite remember, maybe you can elaborate.
Still not the same latitude as Cairns. Yeah, so wow, that's...
There we went.
Sounds like a great drive, Paul.
It was a long drive.
Would have been. Good fun though, good memories.
Yeah, 5 weeks. Got to climb Ayers Rock.
I can't, unfortunately, do that anymore, but fair enough.
When it was called Ayers Rock. It's now called Uluru. Remember climbing up? The hardest part was actually coming down.
Oh, would have been. It always is coming down.
It was...
always is.
You just wanted to keep going. To slow down was very difficult.
Looked steep. Jesse Hall saying go hilly from the NC. It's missing there.
We went for a walk through the Bungle Bungles.
Oh, the Bungle Bungles in WA.
No, sorry, I apologise. The Olgas.
Okay.
Went to Kings Canyon. That was beautiful, Kings Canyon. Even had a swim down the bottom. But our favourite place was, no doubt about it, Mataranka.
Okay. And that'll be one more to the NT. Brilliant end from them. Continue to work our way up in singles. 9-4 in favour of Tasmania. A big end here for the NT. Might bring it right back.
Mataranka have the hot springs.
Oh, right. So whereabouts is Mataranka in the NT?
It's north of Catherine.
Towards Darwin. Mataranka, there we go.
Look at
that. Oh, wow. Yeah, looked it up on Google in front of me, and yeah, that looks...
It was beautiful back then. I think it's changed a little bit now. Unfortunately, I think the bats have taken over. I've got a big scar on my big toe on my right foot.
Okay.
Where I
look at some of these photos of Mataranka. Wow.
Where
Stunning.
I cut my toe on the grate as you walk in to the springs. And my goodness, was it hot.
Yeah, that would have been very warm. So
I think the temperature of Mataranka is probably 28 to 30 degrees.
Wow.
It's quite warm.
Yep.
But it was cool when he got in because in the outside it was blistering hot.
Water would have been beautiful.
Oh, it was absolutely magnificent.
So just quickly, we've got the Tassie boys rolling the jack here because the NT didn't send theirs down long enough. So they were trying to go for the short end to try and change things up. They went too short once again. So might sound like a silly question, any crocs in Mataranka?
No.
No. Sort of more around the coast.
Fresh water.
I think I'd still panic.
Absolutely glorious. On the Roper River?
All right, I'll have to get up there at some stage.
Absolutely. I know my sister went back there and she said it wasn't as good as it used to be with all the bats and...
Jesse Hall saying there's definitely crocs in Mataranka. Okay. Might scare me a little bit. All right, so back to the bowls and thank you for all the comments coming in, sort of giving us a bit of a geography lesson on the NT as well. Fantastic. And
then we went to Mount Isa.
Yep.
What a beautiful place that is.
Queensland, Mount Isa.
Mining town. Yep.
Didn't realise until last year how far north Mount Isa was, and I think when you look at Queensland, it is a hell of a lot bigger than what it seems on the map because it is, you're sharing the east coast with New South Wales and Victoria, but Queensland is absolutely massive because of how far north it goes and that spire or the point where Cape York is.
That is correct.
I'd love to head up to Cape York one day.
So I've been to Darwin as well. Been out to... what's that? Losing it, Val.
That's all right.
The famous national park out there. Kakadu, yeah, we went out there, had a look.
Is this one here from Aaron Jago? Just takes the jack back. Did it go into the ditch? Oh yeah, it did. Bowl followed in too. Bowl definitely followed it in. 43-14 on the masterboard. Sees Tasmania well and truly ahead this rink. Only 5 the difference though, the slenderest of margins. Says this one here, this is not a bad effort at all.
Excuse me.
That is not a bad effort at all from Ian Smith. Don't think he's drawn it, but I think if I mark Strochnetter, I am trying to clear that bowl away without getting his own. Might still be 2. The jack is sort of, the shot bowl is, or the bowl in the ditch is sort of a little bit to where the Australian Championships logo is on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Siobhan Tootle watching on as well. Came here to see who from the NT was correcting you, Paul. I'm not surprised. Definitely big crocs in Bitter Springs all wet season. And Siobhan, great to have your company. Would have loved to have seen you in action here, but we'll see you at Broadbeach for the Australian Championships, where you will be featuring very heavily. Fantastic bowler from the Northern Territory, and looking forward to seeing her as she bids for an Australian title. And Adam Hollingsworth, very close. Looking for that bowl to try and get it away and wrestle shot. See how this one ends up. And where Mark Strochnetter has sent it, it's not going to turn.
Another big bowl by Taylor Mail.
Taylor, very good player, very good Richmond supporter as well.
You're kidding me.
Very good Richmond man. There's a back to the Crocs, and I know that's the Northern Territory team's nickname. And have you seen the movie Rogue? Well, it's essentially the crocodile version of Jaws, with a modern and much more technologically sound editing and all that sort of stuff, because obviously Jaws is from the 70s, but
I'll have to watch it.
Could not sleep after that movie. I don't know if anybody out there has seen it, but scared the absolute you-know-what out of me.
So it's called Rogue.
Yep. It's about a very, very big crocodile doing a lot of damage to a travelling group.
He was hungry, was he, the crocodile?
Understatement of the year.
Who ended up winning?
The people, but without great loss. As Michael Sims can't quite get there. Let us know in the comments if you've seen it, because
Rogue.
I don't think I've ever forgiven Rach for showing it to me. But yeah, if that's your movie, if that's your type of movie, I recommend watching it. It's like Anaconda as well. When they're just in the water, you don't know where they're going to come up. It's all the suspense.
Did you ever see Arachnophobia?
No, I'm not watching that.
It's about spiders.
I can watch spiders. Snakes scare me more, but
Arachnophobia.
Michael
Sims,
scary. What has he got? Is it going to turn? Arachnophobia. No, never seen that. Don't think I intend on it. What's the score going to be here? It's got some people in the way, so we're not going to see anything.
Have you ever told the viewers how you and Rachel met?
It was just through a Snapchat story of somebody, of a mutual friend. So Mandy, my friend, took a selfie, put it on her story. And I was like, oh, who's that? The next day when I saw her at work. And she was like, that's right. She signaled from there on. She set it up for us, so she was probably the most important person in this wedding.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. So it was a setup and all went well.
The rest is history.
Yes. So let's see what the measure is. Measuring into the ditch, just to see what it is going to be. So after this end is completed, we'll be at the halfway point. 43-14 at the moment is the score on the masterboard. Tassie, you'd think are going to run away with this. They lead it by 29 already. So Arachnophobia. 1990 film.
Which means a fear of spiders.
Or arachnids. Jeff Daniels in it. John Goodman. It's a big cast. So I think it's Tasmania. It is. B1 to Tassie. We continue up in singles. 10-4. That's after 11 ends. 93% of Rotten Tomatoes, Paul. Might actually have to watch it.
That's a good review.
That's a very good review.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Are the spiders big? I don't want to know.
That was a big black one.
Okay.
It was found in South America.
Okay.
It found its way to America.
Well, it can stay there as long as it doesn't get to Australia.
Found its way to the basement of a house out in the middle of nowhere.
Of course it did. It's always in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, well, out on the farm. I'm pretty certain it was out on the farm, or
Kane Walker's bolt, knocked up.
It was a country town area. And
there you go. You don't just get bowls information. You get movie reviews. You get restaurant reviews. You get a bit of everything here on Ringside Live. A geography lesson. We provide it all. We try to.
For dinner tonight, Val?
Oh, they might flock for selfies with you if we tell them.
I doubt it. They'll be after you, Val.
Bar Evelyn, I believe. We're doing
Yes.
dinner. We haven't been there yet across the fortnight, and it's our last opportunity to get to dinner at Tweed. So,
A very authentic Italian pizza place in Coolangatta. Actually named after his mother. That's how Evelyn got... The restaurant got called Evelyn. Apparently used to work for... what was his name? Gordon Ramsay, one of those type. And he got sick of it. Said, I'm going to move back home. Started a little restaurant in Coolangatta.
fantastic. What's the green speed running at? I'd probably say around that
14.5.
Maybe we'll time it at the commencement. I'll have a look for you there, Jason.
It's probably sped up a little bit with this wind.
Let's see. Bring you an update of what's happening around the rinks as well. So, yep, 15 seconds. Speed of the green. Paul's just going to get the live scores up for you, and we'll pop the link as well in the comments.
Well, currently, the New South Wales men 34, leading Queensland 23. Queensland women 24, leading New South Wales women 20. ACT versus South Australia in the women. South Australia 24, ACT 22, so it's a close game. The South Australian men also leading 26-21 over ACT. Victoria versus WA. The WA men are still holding out at the moment, 18-12. And the big one, the WA women, 21-17 over Victoria. So WA having some good success. I think they're out there on green 4, out in the back green. It's a bit more protected out there. It's a nice spot to bowl. It's quite serene out there.
It's beautiful. If you ever get to Club Tweed.
It's hidden away a little bit out near the back car park.
It's fantastic. If you ever get to Club Tweed, as I said, recommend it. Really serene. There's a nice little clubhouse there. It's absolutely fantastic. Something different.
And it's definitely not as windy out there.
No.
Protected.
Mark Strochnetter.
What can he do here?
He works off this wing bowl.
He is.
And just
That'll
how
be
far
enough.
through has he gone?
I reckon that'll be... I reckon that's the absolute.
I think I agree with you. Have been known to be wrong. Harren Hollingsworth here on N12.
He's jogging down after it.
He's going to crash in.
Oh, no.
And now it's probably 2 to Tassie.
I would agree with you, Val.
We think.
No, I think it is. I think you're right.
No multiples have been scored since end 1. It's been working up in singles since then. There was a big 4 on the opening exchange to the Tasmanians, and that's held them in good stead throughout. You take away that 4, make it a 1, and it's pretty close. .30-shot lead overall, 44 to 14. Robert McMullen absolutely flying. Michael Sims, this is going to hold, but good cover at the back. So this could seal things, an unwanted position on the ladder for the NT. They don't win, but the ACT still only on the 1 victory. Tasmania could move to 3-3, which would be really impressive for them. Almost beat New South Wales, as did the Northern Territory. Both pushed New South Wales yesterday.
They certainly did. The
Morning and
score was
afternoon.
a lot closer than the result. I was out there watching for a little bit. It was a cracking game. The Lee Schreiner Rink. I think it was 19 all or 18 all. I think it was 19 all.
Leroy won it with the last bowl, didn't he?
No.
Well, lost.
No, Leroy won the last end with a 1 by our friend
Michael Sims.
Oh, wow.
If there was ever any doubt.
Our friend Nick
Carl.
Leading up. Put the tee up on the 21 metre mark.
Oh, sunk the jack, didn't he?
Sunk the jack.
Good practice for BPL 20 coming up.
And that ended it right there and then. Well, we're going to have a look for this blue bowl. He's going to hopefully crash onto the other one. No, not to be. Just hasn't really been Tristan's week this week. Go and take a seat, Trystan. He's moved over there to the left.
So, Catherine just saying, search for the live scoring on the web page. So, what was this total in the end there? 3? 3 it was. So, we do get that multiple. And it's 13-4 in favour of Tasmania. They forge ahead by 9. Catherine just asking about the live scoring link and what it is. So, if you go to the Nationals tab or the Events tab on the BA website. So, if you go to bowls.com.au and where it says events in between diversity, equity and inclusion and high performance, go there, go to the Nationals, scroll down there, move to the right a bit, go to the bottom and it says live scoring. But the link is there in the comments for you as well.
It's also on the bottom of this page.
Yes.
Live stream page.
And good start there from Kane Walker, getting one behind. Can use that. 12 ends gone, 13-4. It's just been one of those weeks for the Northern Territory. They just haven't really managed to fire. Queensland women lead New South Wales women 24-21 as they look for the Marge Morris Trophy once again. Marge hasn't gone to Queensland since 2017. It's been 7 long years since Queensland have won Marge or the overall. They've only won 1 trophy from 2018 to 23, and that was the Ali Shield in 2022. New South Wales clean sweep in 2019, 2018. Victoria won the Ali Shield. New South Wales Marge and overall champions 2022. Queensland Ali Shield, Marge Morris. New South Wales overall New South Wales. Last year Ali Shield, New South Wales, Marge Morris. Victoria overall New South Wales. Jago. Oh, skewed the jack and halved it away. Not where he
120.
wanted.
That's what you call a good placement bowl. What can Ian do?
It's why you want to be past the jack, Paul.
Oh, what we call a good home. So 1 to NT. All right. Michael asking Aaron just to come down, see if you can rest on either the bowl or the jack and take it back. Is it going to turn? It's coming. It's a great spot, as Michael declared. He's correct. Great spot or great home. Let's have a look. We might be able to have a bit of an update here on the... Wow, New South Wales men have skipped away, 34 to 23. Queensland women, 24 to 21, up to 28 ends. So the women's game's very close, and the men's seen the New South Wales dominance, the machine, continue to roll on. Who do New South Wales play tomorrow?
Western Australia.
Oh.
Actually, no. South Australia.
South Australia.
Apologies. Played Western Australia this morning.
South Australia being the big giant killers. They beat Queensland first up in the men's, and they beat Victoria women's just before lunch. So good results for South Australia.
Well, New South Wales haven't... Well, they've been in such fine nick in the Ali Shield. They went unbeaten in 2023. And then in 2022, they lost twice.
I think Queensland won it that year.
They did.
That was at Broadbeach.
And New South Wales started in really slow fashion. They lost their opening 2 rounds to Queensland and to Victoria. But since then, New South Wales have won 5 straight, 7 straight, and 5 straight. So they're sitting at a 17-match winning streak.
Wow.
Looking to make it 18.
I wonder if that's happened before.
I'm not 100% sure, but...
Well, what's Adam doing here? He likes this one. He certainly does. That's 2 to Northern Territory. Maybe 3. It's 2 or 3.
So an 18-match winning streak for New South Wales on the offing. Looking to make it 19 tomorrow if they win. That would be something stunning. Haven't lost in over 2 years. On a masterboard. There's these 2 bowls.
Oh, hello.
Intersect. Oh, no.
Hello. Oh, wow.
That just shows how far we're having to get those bowls out.
It's the wide hand, that one. All right, Trystan looking to add. He's got such a smooth delivery, Val.
Does. It's why he is an Australian Champion of Champions winner. Trystan Smallacombe. This is going to start to duck. But is it going to get around? No.
Unfortunately, probably a good 5 to 6 feet short.
Queensland's women, they are firing at the moment on all cylinders, 29 to 22. They are leading on all 3 rinks. And if they win that, well, you'd back them in tomorrow morning against the ACT to go on and take home their first Marge Morris Trophy 7 years. Michael Sims, this is a much better line.
It's not far away,
He's
Val.
got the weight. If he's got the weight, doesn't. Trystan Smallacombe with an opportunity
May
here.
have cut one out, though.
I think he has. First multiple of the day on the offing, possibly for the Northern Territory. Can they do it?
What can Trystan do? Better line here by Trystan. Tell you what, it's not going to be far away. It's just going to scoot on through.
So
It's
one.
definitely one. They're going to measure for the second. Why not?
You might as well. I think it's two. Two up. So 13-6, first multiple of the game for the NT.
And did they need that, Val?
Big time.
They certainly did.
More rinks completed here than any other, more ends completed here than any other rink.
Harren. Van Harren.
Josh.
Mate, Josh. Josh Van Harren.
Been a long fortnight, everyone. Been a long fortnight. Still another week of Nationals action to go.
What's he done here? Kane Walker. Good line. Just over a metre through. What can Josh do? Hope Josh doesn't watch the replay of this game with all calling him Aaron. That is the same Val, that one right there.
Yep, that's two push-ups for you.
That is two push-ups.
On your rink at Aberfeldy.
Yes. And that includes me as a skip.
Yep.
If I do two the same, not so great, it's two push-ups.
What's your, as a skip, how do you communicate? Are you quick and concise, or do your players like a bit of information? How do you do it?
Well, one of the things I like to do is before they even pick up their bowl or as they're approaching the mat, I put the hand out to indicate which way I want them to come. So at least they know.
Do they listen?
Yep. Sometimes, the skip, you're ready to hop on the mat and the skip hasn't even decided, so I put the hand out.
Yep.
That way they know it's backhand or a forehand. And then once they know which hand, I try and give them some clear instructions. Lots of encouraging words.
Nice finish there from Aaron Jago.
And if they do a bad bowl...
Silent treatment?
There is silence. I remember when I first started...
Oh, the wind's going to keep this one out.
I think my second ever game of pennant, the skipper kept saying, Paul, that's short, that's narrow, that's long.
Yep.
And I said to the skip, nice guy, I said, I'm only a new bowler, but I already know
they're no good.
That my bowl is short, narrow, long, wide, whatever you want to call it. I already know that. I don't need to be told that. Thank you very much for the information.
And he was okay with that?
You're wasting your breath, but he kept doing it. That's just who he was.
Yep. Don't play with him anymore?
Oh, no. It was only one game.
One was enough. So, 53-19, 34
John
shots.
was his name. Nice guy, hell of a nice guy. Does a great work at the Malvern Bowling Club. John Finnemore.
Yeah, that's where you started out at Malvern, wasn't
Correct.
it? Yep.
I doubt that John will be listening in, so...
well, if he is, good afternoon.
I think I played about 3 or 4 games in the seconds, and I was promoted to the ones, and that was it.
There you go.
And by the end of my first year, I was playing third in the top side.
Very impressive. So
It's just gone a bit.
yeah,
2-2, or is it 3 to Tasmania?
I think it's 3 at the moment.
It's close. Might only be 2. But what can Adam do here from Nightcliff Bowling Club? Is it going to come down? Is he going to get the bowl or the jack? It's got.
Oh, he got it. One.
He's done a splicer.
Very, very faint touch of the jack.
One to Northern Territory, so he got a result. It's probably a fortunate result, but
yeah, but he was in the area.
He was
anyway.
in the area.
He was close for either of them, and
he was rewarded for his bravery.
Mark Strochnetter looking to sit this bowl. No.
Just slipping on through. Gee, that hand is turning. It's turning like the Billy-O. But yeah, as we were discussing the other day with Christina Christic, as a skip, you need to make very concise.
Yeah, for sure.
Short description on what you want your players to do. Too much information is overkill. But what I was so impressed about with Christina was she's able to make the call so quickly. Going to get a little rub. That'll be second. 2 to NT.
Might have some back-to-back multiples.
Well, he's still got 2 bowls left, Michael. He's got 2 chances to disrupt the head. I reckon he's going to have a bit of a niggle at this. He is. Here he comes. No, not to be. He's still got one more. When you're so far in front, Val, you can afford to.
Yeah. Hopefully no killed ends. Trystan just going to put another one in here.
That would be the plan.
And might be going for some cover around the back. Trystan Smallacombe.
Well, I reckon Michael's good enough to come down on his backhand and just sit on that one, but he's not.
Big weight, close.
Got it. I think he's killed it.
Yeah.
Not sure, did he? Nah, killed it. So we get to do that end all again. Okay, Josh from the Alice Springs and Golf Bowling Club. Josh is telling me about their green. Seems to be improving all the time. Last year he sent me some photos. It didn't look that great, but it's on the improve, so that's a good thing. Make the members happy. We've got 3 bowlers from Alice Springs in the NT side. Oh, what a great start there by Kane Walker from East Launceston. It's a happening little club, top of the hill. Look at it, East Launceston. They every year host a singles event. It's got a particular name. I can't remember what it's called. It's a very big event, very lots of noise, food trucks. They do bands all during while they're playing, and it's designed that way to be lots of fun. A very enjoyable event, I've heard. I'm sure Mitch Walker may help me out with the name of the event. All right. Harren looking to add a second shot. Not to be. Yeah, good line though. So, Michael Sims 13, leading Trystan Smallacombe 6 after 13 ends. And the overall board, Tasmania 53 to Northern Territory 19. I'll just have a quickly look around the greens. New South Wales men 45, lead Queensland 27. And the Queensland women's team 33 lead the New South Wales women's team 25. Wow, Aaron Jago, come on down. Just added a second. All right. Trystan has asked Ian to. Not sorry, Ian. Adam. Come down, just try and pierce the gap, try and disrupt the head, create an opportunity for Trystan to do something. Okay, as we can see, Adam is a left-hander. Plays out of the Nightcliff Bowling Club, which is in Darwin. He's got a very nice delivery. How's his line? It's looking very good. Wow. Well, he has disrupted the head. Still 2 to Tasmania. But the jack is now visible. Okay, Mark. He's looking to draw in on his backhand. It's well pointed here. I think that's gonna, yep, that's 3. Wow. Now what are you going to call him to do, Trystan? Forehand draw. Try and sit on that Aaron Jago bowl, just to right of screen, which is a real dark blue bowl. He looks a little bit heavy here. A little bit speedy. But in saying that, that will be a good home. If Trystan is able to disrupt the head, move the jack backwards. Michael has asked Mark to come down on the forehand. Looking for a placement bowl in that bottom left-hand corner. Not sure if it stayed on or not. Hard to tell from this angle. I dare say it did, but must have, because there's no bowls on the bank. Well, Trystan Smallacombe, representing the Darwin Bowling Club, on his backhand. It's going to hang out. That wind. Oh. Thankfully, that ambulance is going past us. unlike last week, earlier in the week when we had an unfortunate medical emergency. They were called here. Thankfully, the Victorian player is okay. We thank the quick working staff here from Club Tweed. They did an amazing job looking after him. They had the defib out in less than a minute. It was quite scary. But all is okay. All right, Trystan. It's got to get down, sit on that bowl. Oh, I just got the wrong side of it, unfortunately, for the NT. I'd say it's only, he's cut one back. It's probably just two now. Mark's saying to Michael, you can draw this in for a third. You can do it, Skip. I think it's just going to hold out as well. I dare say that is two. Yes. Two to Tasmania. They extend their lead. (15-6) after 14 ends. That was a long end, that one, as we had a dead end. As we welcome Val back from his toilet break.
Apologies.
Well,
had to take an extended run toward or detour because none of the ones that were close were free. So I'm back.
The call of nature can't be helped. Okay, so
15-6.
Yes.
35 on the master board. Masterboard 55-20, and New South Wales men well on top of the Queensland men. New South Wales women and Queensland women 33-28 after 35.
So meanwhile, in the other game here on this screen, Tasmania in the women's lead Northern Territory 41-29. Courtney Hobbs 19 leads Colleen Orr 6. Beck Van Ash 13 leads Eliza Ragoni 13-10. And Anita Rook from Northern Territory leads Michaela Gibson 13-9.
So it's close-ish on that rink. They're pushing hard. It's just that Courtney Hobbs and Colleen Orr rink that's not going the way of NT. But would be a good performance. I don't think they've had a rink win as of yet. On the women's side, the NT, no, they haven't. So I think any rink that they can get, they'd be pretty happy with in the end. I think they'd be quite pleased.
So it'll be interesting to see if Anita can hang on her rink. They've been in front all game.
Aaron Jago is missing.
Sliding on through. Ian Smith has been asked to come down on his forehand. There's plenty of room there, Val.
You bet there is.
He's following it down with some interest. I tell you what, I think he's all over this one. Yeah, he knows it too. That's one to NT.
So they've got a 33-shot lead. Daniel Baker really fighting hard against Rob McMullen, 14-21. High scoring affair over there on the middle
Started
ring.
very slowly, didn't he?
Yeah, big time. Rob McMullen was out about 9-zip.
All right. Mitch, thank you, Mitch, for coming back. The Launceston International Mad Dog Singles.
Mad Dog.
Moved to Trevellyn Bowls Club. Oh, right. East Launceston do the big pairs tournament on the same weekend called the Vikings. Or the Viking. Right. There you go. So it was the Mad Dog Singles. I'm not sure what happened there. And they do it on the same weekend. That's interesting. Obviously not a lot of love lost between the two clubs. Maybe Mitch might be able to give a bit more information. I think it was Barry Lester who went down there, and I remember him raving about the Mad Dog.
I think he has mentioned that, yes.
He said one of the better events he's played in. Where it's expected that it's very noisy, lots of banter. I think the crowd were even allowed to chip away at the players and stuff.
Oh, wow.
It was just one of those. It's just why it's called the Mad Dog. I think. I could be wrong though.
Interesting.
Different event.
Yeah. I think you'd have to be pretty mentally sound to win that.
I guess it's a bit like the grandstand hole at Live Golf or at the Players.
A lot of people enjoy Live Golf. A lot of people love it.
You're just not a golf fan at all,
No,
Val. Just admit it.
Honestly, I think paint drying, for me personally, it's not to discourage it. For me, paint drying is more entertaining.
It's fair enough. Each to their own.
Yep. I know a lot of people will ridicule me for saying that, but each to their own. If you love it, you love it. Fantastic. Michael Sims. And some might say that about tennis or bowls or whatever. So
that's right. We all have choice in life, and we can all make our own decisions.
Exactly right.
And we are allowed to agree to disagree.
100%.
And I love watching my golf.
It's a very popular sport.
Very talented players too.
They are. Oh, the skill set is ridiculous. Trystan Smallacombe, what have you got? Outside of bowls, be really interesting to know on the comments. What is everybody's favourite sport out there? Let us know. This is
Susan Green, Go NT from Alice Springs, Masters Joan. Not sure what that Masters Joan means, but it's great that you're watching along, Suzanne. If you get a bit more information about Masters Joan.
Trystan Smallacombe wants to be the master right now, wants to get another one in for his team.
We can add another one here. He's going to sit.
Stay. And 2 for the Northern Territory. So they win 2 ends of the last 3. 2 of them are 2s. So they're only 7 behind with 6 ends to play.
All right, little update around the rinks.
What is happening?
New South Wales versus Queensland in the men's. New South Wales 45-27. They seem to be extending that lead. Aaron Wilson 17 leading Aaron Sheriff 10.
Wow. You back Aaron Sheriff to come back in that though.
Yeah. In the women's, the Queensland ladies continue on 33-28. So there's only 5 in that game. It's the Lindsay Clark versus Dawn Heyman rink. Lindsay 14.
Wow.
Dawn is
really
now
well.
on 8.
Little update coming.
You can see that live by Andrew Howie. Doing a good job as always.
Well, 34-31.
Oh, it's
34 all.
wow, just like that.
Wow.
We've got the close one over there on green 2.
They do.
There's a
word.
bit of a crowd over there. They've come in to watch that game.
Queensland have led the whole time.
As the wind really picks up now, it's definitely a lot of interest in both of those games. Kane having a bit of a run at it, leading a driving lead. Val, that is my ultimate ambition, to be a driving lead. You could do it 21 times in a row, pop the jack.
Exactly right.
You'd never lose.
No, you wouldn't. Just make the rest of the end really inconsequential. $57.26 on the masterboard. If you are watching outside of bowls, what is the sport that you prefer to watch? What do you all enjoy? If bowls is your wife, what is your mistress or husband? Hear that said about a lot of sports, where some people enjoy watching. There's a beautiful delivery there from Ian Smith. Some people enjoy watching or covering one. I know a couple of people that I've spoken to that cover a lot of cycling, that cycling is their love, but tennis is their mistress. I like the analogy in that way. Alison Venn telling us who was in the Launceston International last year. That's fantastic field. Sheriff, Twist, Wedlock, Smith, Brianna, that is. Jeremy Henry, Kevin Anderson, Joey Clark, Gary Kelly, Rowan Pullen, proud brother-in-law. Watching Josh Van Harren. Great to have your company, Rowan. So it looks as though this result is going to be fait accompli. Just whether Northern Territory can really make a good fist of it. Just start chipping away. Two of the last three ends have gone the way of the NT, and they're looking pretty good here too. Will we get some drama, some late drama in this matchup? Mark Strochnetter. How close is he? Mark Strochnetter, that is a mighty effort. Couldn't quite get there. Still 1 to the Northern Territory. Six ends to play, including this. Michael Sims. Can he affect something here? Michael Sims, very close. The fact that this is only going to be a 1 at the moment is quite impressive. 3:25 local time here. Spilling through. Trystan. Not quite working out. Still 1. All right, what is Michael Sims going to do here? Let's see. Trying to arrive and try and spill that out. And he's wide, so it's going to be 1 more to the Northern Territory. They win back-to-back ends for just the second time in this contest.
Well, quick update, Val. New South Wales versus Queensland in the men.
Yep.
It's 51-40. So 11-shot lead to New South Wales. But in the women,
Wow.
New South Wales have hit the lead, 35-34.
Flirting with danger.
There's 1 shot in it, Val. It's going to certainly go down to the wire here.
It is.
Cash Van Eldick, 12, leads Kelsey Cottrell, 11. Dawn Heyman, 9. Trails Lindsay Clark, 14. And Jamie Lee, Warsenop, 14, leads Chloe Stewart, 9. So it's safe to say they have the close game, which we would expect. ACT men versus South Australia. South Australia men lead by 6, 36-30. ACT women versus South Australian women. South Australians are 1 down. So ACT 33-32.
Margaret Paquetto.
And she's
Still in that match.
trailing by 1 to Lani McGorman.
Laney.
Laney McGorman. All right, Victoria versus WA in the men. WA 34-24. And in the women, it's very close. Victoria just leading 35-34. So there's a close game as well. Some very close games around the greens.
This one here from Kane Walker.
Wow.
Well, he walked in and,
Took the shot.
yep, put his bolt right on the jack. Victoria trailing WA men as well. They do lead the WA women.
Blake Nan, 19, leads Anthony Flapper, 8. Now, Val, we did have a chat to Blake earlier, just to confirm.
Yeah, so he said Nan is, if you're saying it with an Australian accent, Nan, but in Scottish, it's actually Nearn.
Nearin, that's it.
No, Nearn. He said not Nearn. Nearn.
Nearin.
Yep.
The thing he didn't want was M. Some
Blake
people,
Mann.
Blake
Some people
Mann
call him Blake
or-
Mann.
Anyway, we'll call him Blake Nan.
So not a bad delivery from Ian Smith.
So again, we thank Club Tweed for their hospitality this week, and all of last week as well. Tomorrow is our final day here at Club Tweed.
It is.
Their hospitality has been exceptional. Oh, cracking bowl by Aaron Jago. I think that's 3, isn't it, Val?
Might be. Looking pretty good. So 15-9. Got 5 ends to go, including this. Probably going to finish around the 4 o'clock mark. Tassie, you'd think home and hose, 33 shots in front. This one's not going to get there. for Adam Hollingsworth. Just covering around the back there, Mark Strochnetter. Not sure if... Because if that jack does get moved by Trystan or Adam, that's exactly where it's going.
You're probably right, Val. We shall never know.
We might know if there is some weight.
What can Adam do?
And he's going with a little runner here. That's where the jack is possibly going to split. It's a better down than what it was. Might be easier to get to or trail that jack if it goes. Yeah, but if that jack...
know what this bowl is here?
That's an NT bowl.
So 3 to Tasmania.
Yeah, but look at where that jack could go. Those 3 back bowls, all Northern Territory. So Mark Strochnetter, I think he's going to get one back there. If he can sit this bowl, be perfect. Held out.
Held out beautifully.
Bureau of Meteorology. No rain really looking like it's going to come. Bit out there past Cape Byron and Byron Bay, but nothing to be too worried about here. Just keeping an eye on that little flicker to the left of, or to the east or west of, sorry, Club Tweed.
What can Trystan do? Oh, it's not going to turn like he would have liked.
Knocked one of his away.
It's going to stay up anyway. He's still got one more.
He does, but the problem is he doesn't have last bowl.
Well, if he still makes a shot, it's still a good result. If you can force your opposition to have to do a conversion, then that's what you need to do. That's the result you want. Michael's also covering the back. Or maybe not.
How was the way that turned in? Michael Sims.
That's 4.
Aided a bit by the wind, so Trystan misses this. They are in massive strife, and that's not going to get there. So this is going to be a 4+.
Wow. That thing turned right angles.
Well, if you ever want a same, lob it in at that width. Just doesn't have the wind. This is going to come back nicely, Paul. That is a perfectly manicured quintet.
5. 5, Val.
$20-9. That has just skyrocketed from 6 to 11. 4 ends to go. This one is, I think, going to be a fait accompli. 38 shots the margin on the overall master board. Mathematically still possible, but it's going to be very difficult.
All right, quick update. New South Wales men 56, Queensland 38.
Wow.
New South Wales women 37, Queensland 34.
So are we looking at a New South Wales clean sweep?
It's looking that way at the moment. Victoria versus WA. Victoria men 24, WA men 34. 10-shot lead to WA. In the women, Victorian women have finally made their way to the front. 35 leading WA 34.
Top 3 position on offer there.
Big lead to Cassandra Millerick, 22 over Hayley Packer, 11. That is a difference in that game.
Just rocketing through there was Josh Van Harren.
Lisa Featherby doing very well, 13, leading Samantha Atkinson 5 after 11. The ACT versus South Australia. The South Australian men 36 to 30. The ACT women have hit the front 33 to 32 over South Australia. Some close games this afternoon, unlike this morning.
So all 3 Tasmanian rinks in the 20s. That's a hefty total. All of them will most likely average more than 1 an end, which is always a good little milestone. If you can score over 21, means that you've done pretty well. Some heavy scoring. What's this one doing? For Ian Smith, not overly much. So time for Mark Strochnetter to jump on and see how he goes.
Well, on this same green, the Anita Rook versus Michaela Gibson is now 14 all on 14 ends.
They haven't won a rink yet, the NT in the women's. Spilling that through there was Ian Smith. Sorry, that was Aaron Jago's second bowl before. I apologise. Just breezing through. See how this all finishes off, but Mark back on the mat. He's not far away at all. Just gonna dip. No harm done. Still probably 3, I would say. Maybe just the 2.
Yeah, maybe that front bowl, Val,
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Closer than the wing bowl. As we know, it's quite deceptive on the screen.
And this one's going to hold out for Adam Hollingsworth.
Oh,
did not want to promote that black bowl of Mark Strochnetter in
If that one rolled over.
by Harren Jago. So they have been rampant this afternoon, have Tasmania. It'll go very, very well for them because they'll go to 3-3 with one match to come. And that is tomorrow morning. They'll take on Victoria on green 2.
Well, New South Wales ladies have extended their lead, 41-36.
Really strong finishes, aren't they? Start slow, finish well. Michael Sims, if he can sit that bowl at the back.
Cracking bowl.
He is.
Michael Sims.
Might have gone one in, one out.
Yep.
But he's found his rhythm. Trystan Smallacombe has a lot to do. At least 2 down. Trystan is desperate for this to hold. He's going to cut under and go past into the distance.
I think it's one of those games that Trystan is going to want to erase it from his memory bank.
I think so.
I don't think he'll be watching this game back.
No, I don't reckon. So Michael looking to just try and sit these wing bowls or get in there himself. Doesn't want too much of the jack.
Oh,
If he stays there, that's perfect. And that's what it is.
what beautiful line and length. That is glorious to watch.
So it's at least 3.
Maybe he might come with a bit of weight this time.
I'm not sure he can, because if he does, he's only got his own to get rid of. Trystan Smallacombe, he sent this out on a high line. Is he going to get back? That's not even going to get the distance. So
Might
1,
have been better having a crack at it.
2.
He had that front one there. He could have punched.
Yeah, might have only taken 1 out, though. They would have still been down, but yeah, maybe.
Get a bit of frustration out of you.
Yep. And that can be a key sometimes.
That's right. Just let it rip.
Just missed the signal. It was
3, I
3
think.
in the end, yeah. So 8 from the last 2 ends combined. 23-9, 3 ends to play. Getting very murky now for the Northern Territory. Mark Hill and Taylor Mayle have only played the 15 ends here. That match still has a long way to go. Taylor 23-4 in front. That is a shellacking, and this one, the jack goes in the ditch, so the NT will control the length. 3 ends to go here at Club Tweed for day 3 action of the Australian Sides Championships. New South Wales, if they win the men's competition, if they win all that men's match against Queensland, they will win the Ali Shield, and they are ever so close to doing so. If the women win, and if they win all 3 rinks, the Ali Shield will be theirs. They currently, well, I think even 2 rinks would be enough. And they lead on 2 rinks. But if they win by 3, then it's pretty much all she wrote. Actually, no. If they win by 3 rinks, it's done.
It is.
It is done. And 2 rinks would give them 14.
Currently, they're holding 2 rinks.
Yeah, they'd have a 14-12 lead. So they would just have to win so they'd be looking pretty good. It won't be guaranteed if they beat Queensland with just 2 rinks.
Are they playing tomorrow?
They play South Australia tomorrow.
All right.
So not easy.
No.
But all they would have to do tomorrow is pretty much win a rink. If they win, of course. Queensland can come back. They're only 6 behind.
He's got second shot. Just a forehand draw. Clear instructions from Michael to Aaron Jago. He's bowled very well today. They all have, really, in this Tasmanian side. Yep. Don't know if you heard any effects, Mike, but Michael was very happy with that. Nice home. And coming down on his backhand. He's going the wide hand. It's going to swoop. Just depends on the speed. He's got great line. Tremendous line. So it's 3:45 here, local time.
It is only 2:45 Queensland time, and play's almost done. If you are a Queenslander, it'd be a pretty good way to finish the day. Go and do whatever you like for later on. So got 3 ends to finalise here. And it looks in Northern Territory, well, they're going to have one more crack at it tomorrow. But that
who are they taking on?
Final match in the morning will be against Western Australia, so might be difficult.
The Northwest battle?
Yes. What is happening, Paul, between South Australia and the ACT?
No real change. ACT men leading by 6. And the South Australian men leading by 6 and the ACT women leading by 1.
What about Vic and WA?
I think that's been updated for a little bit.
Same result at the moment.
Yeah, it hasn't been updated for a little bit. That's out on green 4. Out in the car park. As we said before, it's a lovely green out there. All right, Adam Hollingsworth. Oh, what a great try. I think he might have. I think he has. Great bowl by Adam. Just what Trystan wanted, needed, and wished for. So it's sort of a race to get to double figures.
Yeah.
For NT, it's sort of
between those two rinks anyway, Trystan and Mark.
You want to try and tick off double figures?
Daniel Baker more than there.
He's fought back really well, Daniel, this afternoon. He was way down.
Really high scoring. All right. So just a couple more bowls left in this end, and then we go to 2 to go.
Up and back.
Yep. So we know that Tasmania are going to get this done. Just a matter of by how much. Mathematically, yes, it's still possible, but I think a genie would have to come out of a bottle.
You wouldn't have grown up watching I Dream of Jeannie?
No, but they did have the reruns and all of that sort of stuff on Go and on all of those channels, even on Foxtel. Fox Classics used to play them, so I'm aware of it. I was more a Bewitched person, to be honest.
The wiggle of the nose?
Yes. Both were good, though.
I remember growing up watching both those.
Back in the 60s, very ahead of their time. Those shows paved the way for a lot of the sitcoms of the late 90s, early 2000s. Seinfeld, Friends, Frasier, Everybody Loves Raymond. Trystan, what's he got? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no, that worked. That did work. It's an NT bowl. That's fine.
2.
No problemos.
He knew what he was doing.
South Australian women have taken the lead, 40 to 36.
No, it's 40 all.
Oh, no, Margaret Bacchetto has just said.
SA 42 to 40.
But Margaret Bacchetto was behind against Lainey McGorman. She's now in front. That is an insanely good record. What a story from these nationals. She can finish the round at 5-1.
That'd be remarkable.
And tomorrow morning, the ACT will face Queensland, so that might be difficult. So if the ACT can only drop matches to New South Wales and Queensland on that rink, that would be a very special sides campaign for them. Michael Sims, 2 ends to play after this. Bit of arriving late, more than arriving.
Well,
crashing through.
Michaela Gibson, who was trailing Anita Rook here in the women's game,
Leading.
is now leading 16-14.
So it looks like that wait for a rink might
Have to wait till tomorrow.
take a bit more time.
There's still plenty of time. I think it's only 15 ends they've played.
Trystan Smallacombe just
Can he
couldn't
roll
get
in another
through.
one? Oh.
No, one and...
Putting the tape on it, Bell.
Yep. So we'll get at least one. They will get to double figures.
That's great news. Will it be 2, Val?
I'm not so sure. Yes, it
2.
is. You were right, Paul.
2 to NT.
The eyes of Paul Holschke,
Up to 11.
they don't deceive you.
They do sometimes. So, 19 ends played. Michael Sims 23, Trystan Smallacombe 11. So, it's what do they say, Val? With 2 ends to go. Up and back. Up and back.
There we go. Got there in the end. So, mathematically, there's a Lloyd Christmas chance.
Lloyd Christmas.
So you're telling me there's a chance. But
19.
I don't think so.
Oh, I like that. All right, New South Wales versus Queensland in the men's. 10 shots in it.
Wow, coming
New
back
South
a little.
Wales 57-47. In the women, New South Wales also up only by 3, 42-39. So it's close there. Let's scroll down. The close one is ACT versus South Australia in the women. It's 43 all.
So close.
In the men, South Australia have a commanding lead, 54-40. Victoria versus WA. Hasn't been updated for a little while, so we'll let Andrew get out the back and see if he can find out what the scores are. It's 18-14 now in favour of Michaela. She's just skipped away from Anita Rook. After 16 ends.
Got 2 to complete here. Furthest along out of any rink, which is interesting considering we did have a killed end.
Rebecca Van Ash, 19. Leading.
I'll tell you who has hit back. Sorry, Paul, to interrupt. She's leading Eliza Rigoni, 19-13. But Colleen Orr has hit back in dramatic fashion. Tell us the score there.
Well, it was 20-15, 1 end to go, but it's now 23-15.
So she hasn't hit back as...
Yeah, she just dropped a 3.
Yeah, it was close.
It was quite a distance away, and she's
12-1 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was
quite a big margin at one stage.
massive. Okay.
Looks like NT holding 1, thanks to the Josh Van Harren bowl. But what can Aaron do here? Oh, it's just going to slide on past. Little niggle of the front, that bowl. The Josh Van Aaron bowl. He's a good team player, Josh. He picks up the bowl for his fellow teammates. It's another simple thing you can do when you're playing. assist by, collecting the bowl for your fellow player.
It is nice. Great sportsmanship for sure.
He's got a very nice delivery, Adam. Left-hander. He's got the white. I think I don't know what they are. I won't even guess. What can mark Strochnetter?
Strochnetter.
Strochnetter. What can he do? Oh, he's just feathered his way through the gap. And I believe it's still NT by 1. Adam, who plays out of the Nightcliff Bowling Club, wants it to swoop now. He wants it to now. Oh, not quite. Just need another 2 feet of weight and it would have been perfect. Now, if Mark can get a trail here. It's not far away here, Val.
Mark Strochnetter just
he slipped through that gap again.
But
he's got the shot.
Importantly, he does have it.
That was virtually an identical bowl, a same. But in those occasions, being 2 good bowls.
That's a good same, so no push-ups required.
That would be a little cap.
Yep. The old Cracker Jack.
Raise the cap.
Trystan Smallacombe.
All right, coming with a bit of weight here. No change.
Trystan has played at BPL level before, back at BPL 13 during COVID times, so Perth Suns couldn't get Christina Christic and Cody Packer over, so they got Trystan Smallacombe and Dawn Heyman to play with Ray Pearce at Pine Rivers.
How'd they go?
Did okay, didn't make the finals, but there was the Thursday night where Dawn Heyman announced herself to the Boss Premier League folklore. She dazzled, she skipped, and she was in some sort of form. Absolutely dominated that night. You couldn't take the smile off her face. She was brilliant in every sense of the word.
A sight to behold.
Yep. Trystan only did play that one tournament. Played okay. Got his taste of BPL action, which is impressive. That was on the back of them winning the Champion of Champions. Michael Sims.
Oh, my goodness. I think that's 3 now.
Has to be. 3 it is. Just really making sure of it now. It's mathematically impossible. They will win this rink. They're up by 15. The worst they can win it by is 7. And this one will be well and truly done and dusted.
Well, it's good to see Rowan supporting his brother-in-law, Josh. Good on you, Rowan. Alison Verne, Aaron Sheriff, Ben Twist, Corey Wedlock, Brandon Smith, Jeremy Henry, Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, they all went down to the Launceston International.
Joseph Clark and Gary Kelly came down this year to the Launceston International. Good on them.
Unbelievable.
Rowan, what did Rowan say there? Great lead off at Josh. Now we thank all our viewers for watching along and making some comments.
We do. Sometimes it definitely does help. So 26-11, 1 end to play, 14 bowls to go, and we're done for the afternoon. Paul, let's have one final update. No, we'll give you an update.
We'll get one later.
Yep, very shortly from Queensland, New South Wales. That's the one that everybody wants to know about.
Still 10-shot lead to New South Wales in the men versus Queensland. New South Wales women 42-39. 3-shot lead there. in the ACT game, it's 43-all between ACT women and South Australian women. And Margaret's still one up. Victoria versus WA. It's only 10 the difference between WA and Victoria in the men. In the women, Victoria pulling away 55-42.
Wow.
Cassandra Millerick 33-12 over Hayley Packer.
She has scored more in that rink than the NT have across this masterboard. That's ridiculous. Aaron Jago.
And in the men,
Honestly.
Blake Nan, 25 leading Anthony Flapper 11. That's the big difference on that rink. Green. So the close one is the ACT women and the South Australian women.
Very close.
43 all. And then obviously the New South Wales versus Queensland women's game, with New South Wales leading by 3. Colleen has now moved up to 18. After 19, she picked up a 3 there. Eliza Rigoni now on the last end.
That wind just surging in a little bit as that bowl came in.
19-14. Beck Van Asher's way.
So they might just miss out on another rink there.
And it's still 18-14 to Michaela Gibson over Anita Rook.
40 shots the difference here. It's been an absolute smashing. Not sure what's happening in this tailored male rink. That hasn't been updated for quite a while. Try and see if we can get a look at that. For some reason, just hasn't been updated on screen. This one's... Yeah, the board hasn't been updating, so that's helpful from all of those 8 players.
They've given up.
Yeah, well...
They've put the white flag
I
out.
can still update it.
Correct.
$25-5 after 18. There you go. Singles are plenty there. So the thirds just getting their last bowls in here. 77 to 32. This might end up hitting 50. $76, sorry.
So NT holding 1 on this last end. Michael now having a shot at the jack.
Run or try to clear the bowl. He does. Might be.
Trystan will draw in the backhand, try and add to the count.
Is there any update on that New South Wales Queensland rink or match? No.
Nah, he's covering the back. Well,
Last couple of bowls coming up for the skips. Michael Sims, job almost done.
he's going to have a draw. Oh, why didn't he have another run at it?
Because if he killed it, he'd have to do it all again, and he's almost done.
Well,
He's up by 15. They're well up. Might as well have another run at the draw. So Trystan Smallacombe, final bowl of the match incoming.
as they shake hands.
That'll do.
Played in very good spirits. What's he done? What's he done?
Of course, they're in the way right at the last.
I think he's got 2.
3 it is.
3 down.
So nice finish for the NT. 26-14 is the win to Tasmania. They'll win overall on the masterboard. They were sensational. It is Kane Walker, Aaron Jago, Mark Strochnetter and Michael Sims. They get the job done, 26-14. Paul Holschke, thank you very much.
Do we quickly go around the grounds and have a look?
Just for the women's and men's
Let's have a look
Queensland.
here.
Just for Queensland and New South Wales. The others.
New South Wales in the men's, leading by 10. Actually,
Women's and men's. Oh, there we go.
Andrew is quickly updating the scores out there at the moment. Let's go down to the South Australian game. So, South Australia women's 49 lead the ACT women's 45. Okay, all the other games are fairly one-sided.
Yeah. Just want the Ali Shield and Marge Morris Trophy deciders here. Let's see what we've got.
New South Wales women 49 lead Queensland women 42 by 7. And in the men, New South Wales lead by 10.
57-47. Paul Holschke, thank you very much for your efforts today. It's been a big slog,
Thank you,
so
Val.
thank you. It's been a pleasure. And to all the listeners out there, thank you for watching on this afternoon on Ringside Live. It's Tasmania defeating the Northern Territory 26-14 on this rink. Thank you to Robbie Allen as well for all
Well
this
done,
work
Robbie, on the
behind
switches. To all our viewers, thank you. Well done, Val.
Thank you, Paul. Well done to
Voice of the people.
As I'm saying to Robbie, thank you, Paul. Well done to you, and thank you for to everybody for watching on. We'll catch you very soon on Ringside Live, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for the final round of Australian Sides Championships action.